ready.
Now we're ready. We good to go?
Now we're good.
We good to go.
We're good.
Davey Dave, it's just you and I.
It's just you and I. You and I.
Just you and I. You want to lead us in?
Yeah, man. Listen, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Film Hustlers. Rodney Rinks.
Boom.
Who's Rod?
Who's Rod?
And we got Terry Farley in the house. And we're missing 1/3 of the Film Hustlers today. But we are going to call that food in a minute.
We're going to call that fool. He's making a movie.
He's making a movie.
A Christmas movie, of course.
You know what, man? I think he's found his niche, bro.
Yeah. No, he has. Well, he's doing the thrillers, too.
Doing the thrillers, but I think he genuinely loves Christmas movies.
I think he does, too. Well, I think he loves making movies. He's a foo. He's a film hustling foo.
He's a film fool.
Yeah, he's a film fool. That's right. Davey Save, how you been, man?
I'm good, bro.
Yeah?
Good, yeah.
We see each other every day now. Davey Day's here working at Access.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm good. Let me tell you something. It's been one of the best experiences of my life so far.
You sound like you're out. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun.
No,
but
no,
I'm
no.
out, bitches.
No, for real. Genuinely, it has been so because I get to work with my homies.
Yeah, that's true. Your commute just sucks, but we're gonna fix that.
Yeah. In all due time. In due time, it'll all be ironed out. Everything will be smooth, be great. Rainbows, sunshine. You know how it is.
Yeah. How's how you haven't been able to do Latino Press though or anything? Have you?
You know what I do? I just actually started editing a bunch of. I have a backlog of interviews that I got to do. Probably like I don't know, this like 100 interviews. Bro.
Really?
I literally have. I was organizing today.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so it'll be back at the right. So now that I found my groove over here, I can get back into my stuff. So.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's cool. But no, I've been invited to carpets and to premieres and all that kind of stuff. And some I've made recently, and some I had to turn down just because I didn't want to do them.
Yeah. Well, you can selective now, fool.
Yeah. Well, people. Well, here's the thing about Latino Press is like they know what they know where I kind of fit in.
Yeah.
Like they know I don't fit into some events, so I just they don't really bother me to ask. So
Yeah.
I think my specialty is just interviewing people at premieres. Just about the films and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, I don't like the other events, to be honest.
It's kind of that's kind of like in the film world. Like we were saying how Roberts, he's Mr. Christmas. You know what I mean? He does do thrillers. He has the Antoine thing we talked about here. That's we're moving forward. Antoine came back with a really good outline.
Yeah.
Like really good. Him and I worked together, kind of like had some conversations and talked about like because I came up with the story at a bar with Alarcon and Roberts. Well, actually, I'm sorry. I read an article about organs having brains.
Yeah.
And how these transplants that the people were feeling certain things or cravings and stuff from people that they got organs from. Mm-hmm. And so it was interesting. And then I was telling these fools, we were sitting at a bar, we had just finished Beautiful Darkness, the final cut. We were celebrating with some drinks. Right. And I was telling them, and then the bartender was overhearing, and he said, I'd watch that movie. And that's where it kind of started. But then we had Antoine here, and we talked about it. And then after the show, we continued to talk about it. Yeah. And Roberts was, really dead set on taking it somewhere that he already sold something to in the same vein. Right. So yeah, we're moving forward with that. But I guess my point being was Mr. Christmas, Roberts. He's also branching off into thriller. But he's really he's known now for Christmas, and that's kind of like with you with Latino Press. You kind of have to find your niche, right?
Yeah.
You got to kind of there's so much. Like I know a lot of people say you could do everything in this business. You could do TV, film, radio, and everything, and you can.
Yes.
That's.
But
yeah, but you have to. I think it takes some time to get there. You have to do some TV and understand it. Then you have to do some radio and understand it. Then you have to do some film and understand it. So you understand all those different genres and types.
You could do them. They're just not the same.
They're not the same. And so, but in the beginning, I feel like you have to find where you fit, and then you have to go into that, you know. And so, not that Robert's found, because he's done a bunch of films, but it seems like Christmas is really what fits for him.
You have to enjoy it.
You have to enjoy it, and he thoroughly likes musical Christmas shit.
Did you see his outfit he had on today?
No.
Yeah, check it out on the gram.
On the gram at IceRoberts.com. Ice Roberts on the gram. But yeah, that's cool, man. So you got to keep hustling, Davey Dave.
Always hustling, bro.
You know, because before, when you were just a foo who would come and roll through, you had a lot of free time.
I did. Yeah, I was just working a regular job, and you know.
Well, you were an influencer.
Well, I was working a regular job when I first met you guys, and then I worked in. Then I started, influencing people.
Yeah, you started influencing shit. I saw that, and then you still do that.
Still do it.
It's good. You got to keep that. I just had a conversation with one of the guys from Access when I was leaving. Yeah. This guy Rick, nice guy. He works in booking, so he books all these stars to come on the show. And when we went to New York, him and I were on the same flight at 6 a.m. So we're sitting there, and I never really talked to him. And I was going through some stuff on my phone, some projects that I'm working on, and actually, I'm sorry, I had my computer there, and I was going through script that I'm working on. And he said, "What are you working on, Tootie?" And I started talking, and come to find out, like, he is a screenwriter. He hasn't been doing it. He was doing it a lot, and he actually had some headway with some big people, and you know, he was moving forward with the script that it got. I think he said Whoopi Goldberg was behind it. Like it was moving, and he was really excited about it. And then it kind of fell apart, and then he kind of took a turn. But he's creatively, he's like, you know, once you become a writer, you'll always be a writer. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a creative outlet. Yeah. And so he was telling me all this, and I was like, damn, dude. Like, so I get it. Like, it fell apart at the end, but you didn't want to, like, pick it up and, like, try to take it elsewhere? Because just because it dies somewhere doesn't mean it can't live somewhere else.
True.
And he was like, nah. He goes, I just kind of, like, I was really bummed, and I just figured, like, whatever. I go, do you miss? He goes, yeah. And so today he sees me every day. I go down there. And
that's right.
I write every day, you know, and I literally sit in front of his office, which used to be Lopez's office, which was the office I wrote in. And I was a little pissed off when I got kicked out and he got there, but it's good that he's a good guy. But you know, I told him today. I said, dude, you got to just start again. Like, I know you miss it. He goes, I really do. I go, what do you do, like, in your spare time? You watch a lot of TV? He goes, yeah. I go, it's a waste of time, man.
True.
I mean, you zone out. Like, the TV, do you really learn anything from TV, honestly, if you think about it? You really don't.
Yeah. Like, unless you're going to apply it to writing a new script or, or make films or make TV shows.
Yeah, well, you get to see, like, I've been watching movies now that my family's not home because we're screen-free, so they're not there. So I'll watch, I watched The Sound of Metal the other day. Fucking amazing movie. And I look at it from a different perspective now after making films and directing and writing and stuff. I look at, like, shots, I look at pacing, I look at breaks, I look at, like, how the story's unfolding, what's going to come next, things I don't see or you know, I do kind of foresee, but it's good shit. But when I was telling Rick, his name's Rick, you know, I said, those times where you're just sitting on your couch watching fucking Pawn Stars for 4 hours and you don't remember anything because you think you're going to remember shit that's never going to be useless for you. I go, that's time that you could be putting in, you know, writing something. And it doesn't even matter if it goes anywhere.
That's
it's
true.
Like for me, it's like therapeutic, you know, like I have to write. Yeah. I have to write, not daily, because you also do research, you read, you find things you're interested in, you find things that you have ideas about, and then you move forward, you know? So it's good shit.
It is.
But anyways, on that note, should we call that foo?
Let's call him up.
You know, he got all sad. He called me the other day. Or did he call me or text me? I forget which one it was on. He says that they missed the foos. There's no foos on this set.
I know everyone's in Nashville right now having a great time making movies.
Without us.
And we miss them all. Sam, Ryan, Gemma, Herzlinger, Roberts, of course. Who else is there?
That's it.
That's it.
There's no foo crew.
No foo crew.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get him on the line here. What's up, foo? We are ready for you. Are you ready for us?
Yes, I am.
Listen, Foo. First of all, you interrupted once again. I was on a good tirade right now with Davey.
You guys want to call me when you're ready?
No, we're not going to call you. This is you're the guest on your own show, and you're late.
I'm sorry, man. I was actually making a movie.
No.
Oh,
wow.
okay. Just rub it in our face, okay? You called it a day because there's no Foos, and now it's like, hey. So what's going on out there?
I don't know. Tell me, am I on the show? Announce me or something.
No, you've already been announced, Foo.
All right.
This is a very loose show. You're not in charge of this one. Me and Davey Dave are running the shit over here.
So what have you guys been talking about on the show, just so I know?
Well, we're talking about Davey Save and Latino Press because he's banking some stuff and he's getting asked. You know, he's just not doing all red carpets. Very more like specific, which is great. Kind of like you with Mr. Christmas.
Yes.
You know, and talking about some other projects that we're working on that we're kind of putting things together about. We were waiting on you. You were a guest, and you didn't show up.
Well, I'm here now. I'm excited. I'm out here. Hang on a second. Hang on. Sorry, I got another call.
Hey, we're on your time.
5:30,
6:30.
Sorry, fellas.
It's all good. You guys wrap for the day or what?
No, we're not wrapped.
Oh, okay. Well, just give us 20 minutes. Fill us in.
All right, I'm here. So, well, by the way, thank you for having me on the show. I'm very honored.
Have you heard
to
of
be
us?
A guest on
Film Hustlers?
Film hustlers are legendary because they hustle to make movies. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hustle to make movies. But yeah, I'm out here in Tennessee. I'm making a Christmas movie, and it's very exciting. And working with a crew that you guys know very well. Working with a lot of the same people. And by the way, if you're listening, if you find people like an AD, assistant director, if you find line producer, if you find actors, if you find people that you like working with, you just kind of keep rolling them into other movies. You know, keep working with the same people because each time they're going to get better. The movies are going to get better. You're going to get better. Yeah. And it's fun to have like your crew with you, you know, the people that you work with.
We were actually just talking about that before you called. We were saying how to make movies with friends and people that you admire and respect, and creatively you guys could collaborate on. There's nothing better than that, you know. It sucks when you got to work with people you don't like. True. Especially when you're there 3-4 weeks at a time. So make sure you like the people you're with and that you like working together, collaborate with stuff on.
And by the way, it happens, you know, you get on movies and some department's not very good, or some department's not being honest, or some department is not doing their job. And you gotta replace people and just keep honing your crew and making sure that you get the people that are gonna do a great job for you. So because look, at the end of the day, your projects are never gonna be great unless you have people that care about you, care about the scripts, and care about the finished product, right?
Yeah, I always tell people, Robert, you're the most optimistic dude I've ever met in my life, and every project to you is the greatest project in the world. And you have to be like that. You have to think of every one of your projects as this is the best project. True. Otherwise, then why are you doing it? True. You know.
Yep.
Well, I've said it a lot of times. You know, you have to manifest your great future. You know, like tomorrow is going to be great because you say it is. Your movie is going to be great because you say it is. And when you say those things, they come true.
Yeah. Because you've really done well with your Christmas movies, I'm not going to lie. With the budgets you've had and what you've had to work with, you've produced some pretty good movies. And they've been like in the top 5, I would say, right?
Top 3.
Oh,
Top 3, thank you very much.
So these scripts that when you tell me this, I'm like, okay, the greatest one. And I was like, oh, shit, number 2? Okay. Number 1? What? So
well, I do care, you know, and I think we've talked about this on the show, and I think people should always know that no matter what budget you're at, whether you have $500, $1,000, $1 million, whatever amount of money you have, you give it your all. You are creative as you can, because look, no one needs an excuse. When you're finished and people are watching your product, they're not going to say, oh, you didn't have this, you didn't have that. You got to do the best you can, and hopefully people enjoy what you're feeding them, you know?
Yeah. No, you're exactly right.
So how's this one looking?
It's good. I mean, we're into, what is this? This is the 5, 6, 7. This is my 8th day.
Right.
So it's been going really well. The crew's really nice. Carlos and Alexa Penavega are doing a really great job. They're working hard. Mario Lopez exec producing.
Nice.
It's been a really good experience. I'm happy to be working and being creative, and I'm doing my thing. I miss you guys. I miss all the food crew. That's for sure.
Well, I was about to say you're a little sad though. You're a little sad because I got a call the other day. I don't know if it was a call or a text saying, "Where's the food crew?"
Yeah, everyone here misses the food crew. Because we made a lot of movies together. So
yeah, we'll be back.
So it's like, yeah, we'll be back next year, going to a very, very cool resort to do our next movie. But yeah, it's been good, man. I appreciate you guys. Funny thing about this movie is that Davey Dave and Mario and you guys in LA over there at Access, we're having a piece of this movie that's being shot at Access for us, and Davey Dave's kind of running the point over there, producing those things for us. So we're still in the world together. It's funny. I can't get away from y'all.
Can we get an associate producer credit for Davey Dave? No money, just the title. I don't know.
I think he gets an associate producer. LA crew.
Dang, Davey Dave. Okay, all right.
Let's make that happen. I'm going to make that happen. It's done. In fact, we've negotiated it here. It's all done.
Okay, beautiful. There it is. Fucking Davey Dave, just racking up titles over here.
Hey, right. You know what it is? You know what that's called? It's called hustling, bro.
That's right, film hustling, player.
Yeah, but it's been fun. It's always an honor to get someone to trust you to go make any kind of product. I'm pumped. I'm excited. It's been a good experience. I have my son out here working with me.
Yeah. Well, I saw that. So what's Cash leaning into? Is he just kind of like running around, or is he liking something?
No, I mean right now he's just a PA. They give him a little headset connected to his walkie, so that's the first time that ever happened. So that's like exciting.
Yeah.
He's parking cars and running around, like getting people lunches and picking up tables, putting out tables, that kind of thing.
There you go.
So you're doing this Christmas movie. You're in Tennessee, right?
Yes, sir.
How's that weather right now? Nice.
Weather's horrible.
Big coat. I remember we did Carson City, the first one. Lopez refused to wear a jacket. It's like 100 degrees. Christmas movie in June. Hey, but you got to do what you got to do.
This is worse. This is worse because it's humid. It's like 92 degrees and humidity.
Oof.
And it's brutal. But the people are nice. The town is really, really, I don't know. It's got a very warm feeling to it. Like people are nice. The town is easy to get around in.
Yeah.
The locations are pretty.
Yeah.
You guys remember it was nice being here.
Yeah, no, I know.
77% humidity over there.
77, but it feels like 80. It says.
Oof.
You throw a nice coat on and the sweater with the scarf with some gloves and earmuffs. Woohoo!
Well, you know what you do. You know what you do when you shoot a film in 93-degree weather and you have to do Christmas weather like it's cold. You work inside.
I was about to say you go inside.
There you go.
A lot of stuff. You guys shooting a lot inside, indoors.
The majority of this film does take place inside, so I'm going to have all these exteriors, stock shots of a very wintry looking town. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's been a really positive, sort of cool experience. You guys are still sort of part of this world because we're working together still, but just I don't have everyone here this time, but it's been cool, man. I mean, I'm telling you, it's like it's a blessing, to be out here doing movies and creating content, and and it's what we all talk about and dream about all the time. So you got to keep doing it, creating stuff.
Yeah. No, it's a testament to your ability because
that's true.
You got asked to come out there by the company to produce this movie. It wasn't.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like Lopez is a producer on it because of his deal with this company, but you were actually the one that they said, "Hey, will you produce this movie?" Which is cool.
Yeah.
It's
very nice. Eventually, you're right. Eventually, what happens is like if you keep doing a good job, someone I guess notices and says, "Hey, we'd like you to come do that for us over here." So yeah, I mean, it's interesting because our show talks a lot about our ideas. People that are writing, people that are coming up with their stories, and this is a story that I didn't come up with. Lopez didn't come up with it. Stearns didn't come up with it. It was a completely different film that came from a different group of people that we're producing for them. So it's completely different than what I've done in the past. None of it is my idea, which is really weird.
Yeah. So how do you normally? Because you're a very hands-on producer. Like you don't get in the way, but you are. Like I've seen you before, where you'll kind of like either go over to the director or, if there's something that you see or that you have an idea about, you're gonna let them know. How are you on this? Same way, or just kind of like these setbacks?
Yeah. No, I mean I'm normally right next to the camera, but like I think the biggest job that I have is to make sure that that the set, that everyone's doing their job, that set dressing is making the film look like Christmas in every frame.
Yep.
And like we were in, there was a scene today where it's kind of like a seventh act scene where, the female character who was a little bit of a pop star, had committed to being in the Christmas show that they're doing, and the idea was that because she's a little famous, her being in that show is going to raise a bunch of money for charity, right?
Right.
But she gets an opportunity to be on Access Hollywood on the Christmas edition, and she takes the opportunity, but if the opportunity falls on the very same day as the Christmas show, so she has to tell her love interest that she can't make it. But what was interesting about the scene is that I had a comment about how it should hit, right? So when she says, I got a chance to be on Access Hollywood, and the other character says, oh my God, that's awesome. When is the show? And she has to say Friday. And then that character realizes, oh wow, Friday's the night of our show.
Yeah.
So, there was a big conversation between me and the director as to how that can hit, how that male character could either be hurt, or he could be happy for her, or he could be upset, or he can, leave the room. Like the conversation is, how does that character deal with that information?
Yeah.
And it's just a conversation, right? Like you guys would probably do it differently than I would do it. Mario would have a different opinion about how is he upset? Yeah, he'd be mad. Well, our conversation ended with him being happy for her, but a little bummed, but not to the point where, it's not earned, right? Because he can't be so upset because she's taken an opportunity that she was doing from before. So he was happy for her,
right?
But a little bit hurt.
Yeah, you got to keep it realistic. Like selfishly, he wants her there for that, but he also wants her to succeed, and this is something that's big for her. So he wants her to go and do this, but he is gonna. It's just human nature. You're gonna be kind of bummed, yeah. But if you love the person and you care about the person, then you're gonna say, "Go do it," because it's better for you.
Right. So that's
narcissistic sociopath. And
yeah, you're like, fuck that.
That's a different movie.
Right, and you can't leave this room because I'm now keeping you hostage. Right.
Yeah, no,
exactly. But we did. We had a long conversation about how that should work itself out. You guys would have done it the same way I did it. Is just kind of let him be happy for her, but also be disappointed, but not in her, just in the whole thing. Just bad luck for him.
Right.
But that's a lot of conversations like that occur between me and the director. I have a lot to say about, where if a scene feels stale because they're seated the whole time, I suggest, why doesn't she stand and be doing something, or he stand and be doing something as he or she is sitting, and that way they can then meet in the middle. Yeah. So you try to make things visually interesting so that scenes don't become stale. So I have a lot to do with a lot of stuff. I'm not the director, so I do have to discuss it with the director only.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you keep working with the same people over and over again, you start to get more comfortable. Once in a while I can go to an actor and go like, hey, what about this? And the director doesn't mind.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I love to see the director do his thing. Directors are very impressive.
Yeah, no, but you're really good about that being you said something that it stuck to me about on the last shoot. You're like, a producer's job is to make sure everybody has what they need to do their job. And that's true, and I think that also applies to like this, like a producer to go to your director, and if you see something, you want to give him that information that you see. Now, it's up to him to take it however he wants it, but it is,
yes.
I feel like it is your job as a good producer, like there's certain producers that say, go do it, I don't care, like I'll wait till it's over with. But you got to be involved. You got to be You got to be a support system, and you got to look out just like you would for your friends. You know what I mean? Like if you see something, tell them. You know what I mean? And it's a 2-minute conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not that much time. You know, and you got to have a good director though who will allow that. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, it's totally true. It's totally true. Like I think it's a little dance with a new crew every time. Sometimes you're on a first date with some of the crew, and you have to find that creative conversation to get you through it and get you to the end. Because then there's all the work that has to happen in post. You know, it never doesn't end with this. This is the salad that goes into everything, and then you have to add the dressing and make sure that it's plated properly and that people can enjoy it. You know, so I think there's a lot of work that goes into it. The more you do it, the better you get at it. That's my opinion.
Yeah, you know what I didn't realize either? The producers really have the final say of the cut of the film, because you have a director's cut, right? And then the producer comes in and kind of looks at what's there and says, "We got to trim this up. We got to take this down. We got to
True.
you know." And therein lies where like producers and directors butt heads, right? Sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, look, sometimes, I mean, a lot of times, but. No, you're very right. Like we were just talking about this at lunch. The thing about any movie that's under $3 million has to be done fairly quickly. Otherwise, where's the money going to come from if you keep working, right? Like eventually you run out of money and you have to deliver the movie. So what happens is a director gets his cut, and then he has to step aside. And then the producer comes in and thinks, okay, this movie has to be 86 or 90 minutes in length. It's got to have a certain amount of, looks and sounds and music and all this kind of stuff. So then the producer comes in and lays what he needs to deliver to the network eventually into the cut that the director did. And he makes adjustments and changes whatever the network may want. But after that, the director's done. Me as a producer, I never exclude a director.
Yeah.
After I'm done with what I do, I send the director the cut, and I say, this is the producer's cut. This is the one I'd like to try to finish. If you have any notes, let me know and I'll make the adjustment. What's interesting about that process is that a director usually looks at a producer's cut and says, I like a lot of the things you did, but what about this scene if you do this, and what about this scene if you do that? Sometimes that collaboration is very, very good.
Okay,
it's
good.
very creative, you know.
Now you said for a network. What if it's just an indie that you're gonna take to festivals? Is that
if it's an indie, then you're in big trouble because because there's no one. You're out in the ocean without a paddle because you're basically no one's telling you what to do. No one's telling you how long it should be. No one's telling you cut that scene, do that. Like it's all up to you guys in the indie world, right? So if I'm in the indie world doing that, then all of a sudden it's up for opinion. Everyone's got their opinion about what you're doing, and next thing you know, you may or may not end up making a good movie. But when you do it for a network, I mean, look, indies are great, and if you have a lot of talent as a director, you're going to make a great movie like Napoleon Dynamite, like Whiplash, like some of those great movies, Bottle Rocket, El Mariachi. You're going to make a movie that's just unbelievably good.
Danica. That's right. Strange with Candy.
Yeah, starring Marissa Tomei. But you end up making an indie movie, and that indie movie could either be great or it could not be so great. So I like working for a network because at least I know what the rules are, and I can deliver based on the rules.
Yeah, there's some type of structure there. Yeah, because with an indie, it's kind of like you're right. It's up for debate. The director gives his cut, and then the producer comes in and says, "Dude, I'm not cool with this," and then, then it's just a matter of like, what are you going to go with?
Right.
Well,
it's just you guys have. Yeah, go ahead.
No,
David.
It's just like our film, Beautiful Darkness. Like maybe there was something. Say it was run by a network. They say, hey, why don't you include this? It could have a better chance of distribution, et cetera, and that's what we want on our channel.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
No,
That's exactly right.
Roberts just took over Beautiful Darkness. I didn't get a say in anything. He's like, no, we're doing this. No, I'm joking. He did. We were good. We worked together on it. But there was some good thing. I leaned on Roberts a lot, like I was saying earlier. Like, I think if you're a good director, you lean on your crew. You know what I mean? Ultimately it's your say in the end, but you lean on guys who are, like Ryan Galvan, who's been shooting movies and has all these tricks and sees things a certain way, or Sam, who's first AD, who's done a lot of big things, or like you for that matter, like you want to get these guys' input, you know what I mean? Because it's valuable, So and then you make your decision based off of that.
Yeah, I think it's important to note too, like as a director, you have to be passionate about certain things.
Yeah.
If you have a scene that you're like, I disagree with the producer's cut, I disagree with your opinion, the editor of this scene, and this is why. If you can give a very succinct reason for why something should be the way you want it to be, people will listen to you. And usually it's a smart thing to do, right? To be passionate about what you're trying to, what you're trying to say in a movie, because that's what it's all about. But going back to indie versus a network, the network is going to keep pumping them out. An indie film has to succeed for you to make another indie.
Yeah, true.
Hard to do.
Yeah, very, very true. All right, Foo. So you're having fun, huh? Making movies.
I
Dream.
am, man. I miss you guys. I want to come back and do interview some people, bring in some directors, bring in some producers, bring in some people that are in the business.
Yeah.
To sort of get back into that interview phase. But no, I miss you guys. I'll be back in a couple of weeks. Looking forward to it, and thanks for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
But most importantly, what music are you going to use at the end of this movie?
Well, I am going to go with the absolute best company in the world, ExtremeMusic.com.
Oh, that's right.
Because Russ Emanuel put this company together with all the best composers in all of the world. They're all in putting their music on this amazing platform called ExtremeMusic.com. You go there, you pick your music, just like I do. You put it in your film, you make a deal with Russ, and you've got wonderful music that was been composed by amazing composers that have put all of their instruments and all of their minds and all the stuff that they've done in their lives into it. So it's a very, very good platform that everyone should check out. ExtremeMusic.com for all your music needs.
Boom. And I know you're a musical foo, so you're probably already sitting in your room at night having cervecitas, going through scenes, finding music, aren't you?
That's correct. I am. I already found like 3 songs. We have a line dancing scene, and I found a song on Extreme Music. We have we had a scene in the Salvation Army where the people that work in the Salvation Army are putting on whatever they can find in the store and creating like a runway. Oh. And I found a song on Extreme Music for that. It's been great. It's been a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Right on, Foo. Well,
all right, Foos.
Have fun.
All right, man. Get back to work.
Kick ass, and can't wait till you get back.
Thanks, you guys. I appreciate you.
All right, Foo.
Later.
See you later. Bye.
So that's good, Davey Dave. It's kind of like what we talked about right before.
That's right.
Yeah,
it's good to hear that Foo's voice.
There it is good.
He's in the zone.
He is.
He's on location. He's ready to rock and roll. He's got another couple weeks.
He's all professional right now. Here's yeah, sure, guys. Okay. Like he gets into that, very, which is cool. I mean, they're shooting still. So that's cool.
He's still got to go back today. So.
All right, Foo.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Well, I'm going to see you in the morning. Then I'll see you.
That's right.
I'll see you next week.
Same channel right here, Film Hustlers, y'all.
Boom, baby.